Imagine you are a high school student who is at the bottom of the social hierarchy living his average high school life. But deep down you are hiding a secret that's more classified than the recipe for what The Rock was cooking. The most popular girl of the school whom everyone cherishes is secretly going out with you. Normally, this is how the plot of your average rom-com manga goes. But this time the author decided to spice things up by adding a surprise twist. The popular girl whom you're dating is actually your stepsister. The manga opens up with an intense love confession, where a boy can be seen standing in front of a girl, with a flushed look on his face and nervousness dripping down his cheeks. He confesses his love for her and asks if she would go out with him. Apparently, she has been receiving love confessions every day for the past 2 months. Many have tried, but none of them succeeded. The reason? She is not planning on dating someone because all she can think about is her lovely Oni-chan.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Meet Sakura Kozuki, the popular girl of the school who not only won the genetic lottery, but also works hard and excels at academic tasks. A top-tier student who is loved by everyone. After witnessing the canon event in the life of a future gym bro, they can't believe that a Gyaru whose brother complex level is over 9,000 actually exists in real life. Meanwhile, our protagonist Hori just stands there and listens to the conspiracy of background NPCs about Sakura actually going out with her Oni-chan. But then suddenly, he reminds his friends that there is something more important they should be talking about. His inner otaku self comes out and he starts reviewing yesterday's episode of Spy Darling. Totally not Spy Family. He then starts yapping about how the episode took content from the chapter number 3 of the manga, and director did a good job of giving more depth to the character of the main girl Anastasia. One of his friends says that he hasn't been keeping up with the anime because unlike them, he is too busy nowadays. So our boy Hori pulls out his phone and shows the preview for the next episode of Spy Darling. But out of nowhere, Sakura teleports behind him and grabs the phone from his hand, blasting the preview on full volume. He gets embarrassed and takes his phone back from her hand while Sakura was describing how the character of Anastasia was really cute. She then walks away while directly addressing my viewers of the channel, telling them to go outside and touch grass because who knows, they might be able to find a girlfriend for themselves if they leave their mother's basement for once. After this interaction, Hori starts having an inner monologue with himself. My high school life, no matter how you look at it, is pretty ordinary. After finishing his classes, Ari goes on a little side quest and visits his local food mart. He picks up some chicken breast and red fish because they were on sale. Turns out his parents are on a business trip to Italy, and they won't be coming anytime soon, which means he is going to handle all the chores in the house. After the food shopping, he comes back home and ditches his school uniform for a Michelin star chef apron. Channeling his inner Gordon Ramsay, he starts chopping vegetables like a pro while simultaneously frying his meat. The meat he bought from supermarket. Meanwhile, the rice cooker starts beeping, which means the rice should be ready. But then we hear the words, "Something smells good." It's Sakura from earlier morning and she asks Hori, "Oni-chan, what's for dinner tonight?"
Huh?
It turns out that Sakura and Hori are actually step-siblings, but they are also a couple. Remember, kids, if it's not blood-related, it is perfectly fine. Also, they live in the same house and nobody at the school knows about their secret. To understand how they got to this stage in their life, we go back in time when Hori was in middle school and her mother found a guy whom she decided to marry. They met through work and he is an entomologist. Whatever that means. One day they decided to meet at a cafe to get themselves acquainted with each other. Turns out the Hori's future stepdaddy also has a daughter, who is none other than Sakura. Up until this point they were just classmates, and even back then, Hori was unintentionally sitting at the manga protagonist's spot. Their parents got married immediately, and by the end of their second middle school year, Sakura and Hori were already a couple. They decided to tell their parents about the secret romance between them, but surprisingly, they were pretty chill about it and figured out something like that would happen sooner or later. Just as they entered high school, their parent decided to shift their work base to Italy while leaving these two behind. In current timeline, they sit on the dinner table and start eating. Sakura takes a bite out of the fried meat and compliments Hori's cooking, saying, "Your cooking really is the best, Oni-chan." While eating, Hori reminds her that today she went a little overboard with their morning interaction and tells her to take a chill pill. Otherwise, their classmates will become suspicious. She says she'll keep it in mind the next time. Also, she probably won't ever talk honestly with her classmates. She then looks at Hori with those gooner eyes and tells him that she is in mood for a dessert. Hori almost crashed out by her cuteness. But then he remembered his monthly budget for groceries and told her they would be living on water and prayers for the next few weeks if he bought her dessert.
A few moments later.
After finishing their dinner, they sit down to watch the next episode of Spy Darling. While watching TV, Sakura presses her soft fat tissues against Hori's arm, which distracts him from fully focusing on the Spy Darling. After that, they sit down and start discussing today's episode. Hori exclaims that sometimes her otaku self comes out at school, but he is glad that he is the only one who knows about her true self. The next day after coming from school, we can see Hori grinding for his upcoming test. He gets thirsty from pulling an all-nighter, so he goes out to get himself some water. As he reaches the kitchen, someone grabs him from the arm, and he gets pinned to the kitchen wall. It's Sakura, and she's looking like Anastasia from Spy Darling. Hori gets excited and asks if she is cosplaying Anastasia from the episode that they watched a few days ago. Then his focus shifts on something else, and he gets locked in on her melons, trying to understand their jiggle physics. Sakura sees this and tells him to take a picture for Boo. I meant cosplay. So bro whips out his iPhone 16 Pro Max and starts taking pictures of her. But during their photo shoot, out of nowhere Sakura's stomach starts growling. So Hori goes to the kitchen and whips up a quick meal.
A few moments later.
Sakura gets really excited to see the dish Hori cooked. It's a pasta from one of the episodes of Spy Darling. Hori channels his inner Casanova and decides to feed her. But after taking a bite, Sakura asks her Oni-chan to give her more of that delicious white sauce pasta. Hori can't process that much cuteness and ends up falling to the ground.